I've got a mint in my mouth. I gotta find my water. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, good. No one's on yet. Didn't miss anybody. Okay, so let's see. This live's kind of random. Normally, I don't like to do them this close to each other because I just did one on September 8th. But hey, Plenty, what's going on? But the reason I'm doing a live today is because I kind of felt called to. I was on YouTube and I just kind of like slipped into the live stream mode on accident. And I like clicked off real quickly because I was at my parents' house and I was like, well, maybe I should go live. Maybe this is a sign to go live. Maybe this is like a day where people are going to be here and receptive and stuff. So let's see. Oh my God, yes, I'm first. Elle says, oh my God, yes, I'm first. Missy, Mystery Singer said hi. Elle says, oh, I'm not. LOL. Planty says, am I going to be alone in October? Like romantically? Let's see. Hi, how are you? I mean for Halloween. Oh, okay. Can I get a reading on how my boss... Okay, so let's do Planty's question first. Is Planty going to be alone for Halloween? Planty, I'd be curious if there's something that you're... There might be some kind of regret popping up on Halloween, or some kind of feeling of internal gratitude for like yourself, but not necessarily for like something else in your life. It's like, wow, I'm so glad like I'm here and I've escaped a situation is kind of what I'm feeling for Halloween. It does feel like maybe being alone, but it does feel fun. Like the devil's here, and on a Halloween kind of reading, it gives me like this kind of spooky I'm alone vibe, but it's like Halloween. It feels very fun, like almost like a night in. But it might be a trip. Like, I don't know if you're going on a trip somewhere. You could be going somewhere or some kind of journey or experience or something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's see. Elle wants a reading on how her boss sees her. Elle says, can I get a reading on how my boss sees me? Okay, how does Elle's boss see her? Okay, ooh, okay. So, normally reverse cards indicate like people's thoughts or what they're going through thought-wise, or how you're perceiving how your boss thinks of you. But these are coming through in a kind of like, how do I put it? Like a reverse version of like how you think your boss thinks of you. Like you might think your boss thinks you're lazy, or that he doesn't think you're like eager to accept opportunities or something like that. But the way I'm seeing with the Phoenix here is there's something about your boss either seeing your potential, or there's something about some kind of awakening of some kind when it comes to your job. But the main thing that I'm seeing here is that your boss doesn't think, how do I put it? They think that you actually do like accept opportunities at work, or you do accept offers or invitations to work, something like that. And they don't think you're lazy. They think you actually have a pretty strong work ethic. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing like this feeling like I might need to change who I am at my job, something like that. But it doesn't come across as like your boss wanting you to change necessarily. So I don't know what that's about. It feels something about like I might not get promoted, or I'm looking for a promotion, or I'm looking to raise my standing at my work or something. But you're in good standing. I mean, it just depends on how your boss perceives other people at your job is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Yeah, but that's what I'm seeing there. Please double tap to like, everyone. Oh, that's so sweet, Mystery Singer. Appreciate that. Barsa Chowdhury says, please. Oh, she repeated her question. Thank you, Barsa, for repeating your question. Will I get any opportunity to move to a new country? Barsa wants to know, will she get an opportunity to move to a new country? Oh, what is this? Okay. Barsa, my first thought is, have you moved before? Have you moved before? What is this? Barca, it does feel like there's this feeling of like wanting different options when it comes to different countries, or like looking at different options, or being paralyzed by like what options, like where do you want to go? The desire is there because we have this wand energy, but we also have cups and swords. The one thing that's missing, what's missing? Pentacles. This doesn't feel long term. Like it does feel something like either you've made a move before, this is just another one of many moves, something like that is what's coming through. I also see here with the Lovers card, there is a love opportunity coming for you if you do move. So there's a feeling like that. There's also a feeling that like where you're moving, you're being brought together, Barca, with someone else, like another person. And you're meant to have kind of like a soulmate connection with another person if you leave the country that you're in, or a specific area that you're in. I do think with the Eight of Swords reversed, you feel bound or tied up in your current situation. Like you can't escape, you can't leave, something like that. Now, it didn't come out upright, which means that this is just a thought and it's not necessarily a reality. It just means this is a thought of how you're perceiving the situation. That's kind of the benefit of Swords cards in reverse. It's like, this is just how you feel about it, but it's not really what's going on, you know? Seven of Cups reverse does talk about like this fear of, you know, maybe wanting to move again in the future, but I don't think you will. It feels very much like this person is going to keep you tied to this new location is kind of what I'm seeing, Barca. And this might not be someone romantic. You might be married. I don't know if you are or not, but this does feel like someone who is a soulmate connection. And they feel really serious. Like this is a serious kind of relationship. I think you can share a lot with this person. I think wherever you go in this new country, you can really be yourself. That's one thing that I'm seeing. You can really be yourself. Don't worry if this is just one of many moves, or if this is just something. This could also come through, maybe not necessarily as like one of many moves, but this can come through as like, how do I put this? Like fleeting passion, like a passion that's fleeting, or just a spark that's gonna fade away. But I'm seeing it's a little more durable than you think it is. Yeah. I feel very like, Celeste says, hi Cody, so happy to see you. So happy to see you too, Celeste. See, King Vegeta says, since I've super meditated on serious questions, I have a fun question. For a game I play, should I use machines, plants, or gladiators when I play in tournaments? Oh, interesting. Okay. Machines, plants, or gladiators for King Vegeta when he plays in tournaments. Machines, plants, or gladiators. Machines, plants, gladiators. Definitely gladiators. You will kill the most people. Let me show you your cards. Death was your card for gladiators. The second one was plants, right? You got a definite no. Like, do not use plants. Like, that is not going to work. And also we have, for using machines, there's something about not working well in a group. So if you play this video game with other people, it's like not being able to work well with others when it comes to machines, or it doesn't synergize, right? If this is some kind of game where you're using group energy, or where you're working with other elements in the game, it's not just you doing something. That's what that would refer to. But death means gladiators all the way. Look at this. She's just dancing on the grave of this dude. Like, this is gladiator energy, King Vegeta. That was fun. I appreciate the fun ones. Rach's Magic says, hi, beautiful people. Shayna Collins says, hi, Cody. My question is, what are my most attractive qualities? Shayna, shout out. Sorry, Shayna, I'm putting you on blast. But Shayna bought a reading from me, so shout out to Shayna because she supports. Okay, so let's do a question for. Okay, so the question is, what are my most attractive qualities? I'm gonna pull an animal oracle for you, Shayna, too. Let's see. What are Shayna's most attractive qualities? By the way, if you want to purchase a reading, I have an Etsy, and you can do that there. The link is in the description of this video. Okay, so let's see. What are my most attractive qualities, Shayna? Oh, that's cool. Okay. First of all, Shannon, this is just a side note, but you're on a slow and steady rise towards abundance because we have the 6 and 2 boiling down to the 8 with the turtle spirit. I think also with the 6 here, there's a feeling of being a little bit nurturing, kind of caring, that kind of vibe. I also think with the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords, thank you for the super chat. I'm currently doing Shayna's reading, but it'll probably still be there by the time I'm done with her reading. But once I'm done with hers, I can answer yours. Who is that? GC. So Shayna, the other thing that I'm seeing too is you have the ability to transmute anxiety and stress and wear and tear into like realization. So you're not the type of person that like just gets anxious and it just stops there and they're like drowning in their anxiety. And you're not the type of person who, how do I put it, gets gets worn out and tired and then thinks to themselves like, I just need to give up, like my body can't handle this anymore. Like there's a feeling with the Hangman in reverse, like sudden epiphanies through these feelings of, I don't want to say darkness, it's not really darkness because I don't think you experience it like that. And that's the beautiful thing. It's like you're always illuminated in your mind. So like for you, like even though you do experience anxiety, even though you do experience like tough energetic drain, there is a feeling with the Hanged One here of how do I put this, like just being enlightened in these states of mind and having like a light in your mind that like gets you through these things. And people see that, like people see your endurance, people see the ability to shift perspectives out of anxiety. Something that's attractive about you too is I think you can actually help other people shift out of their anxiety as well. Like if someone comes up to you with an issue or a problem in their life, you have the ability to solve it in a way that eliminates certain anxiety patterns for that person in the future. Let's see. You also might be like really talented with like healing arts, like healing or some kind of massage or something like that. Ultimately, though, you have the ability to shift your perspective out of negative states of mind and transmute your own energy. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And others can sense this. They view it as wisdom. So one of your attractive qualities that others can sense is your wisdom. The attractive quality that you should be aware of that you have for yourself is this sense of transmuting that energy for yourself, basically. I also see slow and steady wins the race. So I do think that these are things that like over time, like it takes time for you, but that is also one of the reasons why people like that energy about you. You're not just like superficial. You don't just like deal with it and get over it really quickly. It's like there's this feeling of taking your time and what's the word that I'm thinking of? Man, I can't think of it. But it says slow and steady wins the race here. So I'll just leave you with that message. Let's see. I'm going to do the super chat, guys, because, you know, daddy needs cash. Okay, so, hey, next year, shall I go to Columbia, Georgia, Jordan, or Alaska? Okay, let's see. Hey, next year, shall I go to Columbia? Okay, so I'm going to pull this as, like, the best one to go to. I don't know if you're, like, looking for... You probably are looking for which one you will go to, so let's do that. Okay. Which one will GC go to? Columbia, Georgia, Jordan, or Alaska? Columbia, Jordan, or Georgia, sorry, Jordan, or Alaska. Okay, so I wish I could just like show you the cards. And this is coming out reversed or not reversed, but flipped because my camera does this, flips my face on this one. But it's basically Columbia, Georgia, which is an upright ace, which means yes, it's Georgia. And then Jordan or Alaska, those are the other ones that are reversed. So yeah, this was a kind of a simple yes or no question. Sorry guys, I'm feeling very salesperson-y today, but this is a very good example of a question that you would want to ask on like a 3-card reading that I offer on my Etsy for $12.12. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be Georgia is kind of the most likely outcome is what I'm seeing for you, JC. Okay, back down. Okay, Shayna Collins says, my mom says I would make a good masseuse. Thanks. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. Someone laughed at my daddy needs money thing. Rename the channel to Daddy Tarot. I really should. GC says a smiley face. What will Natalie, Shay think the next time they see me? King Vegeta. What will Natalie and Shay think the next time they see King Vegeta? What will Natalie and Shay see the next time they see King Vegeta? Natalie and Shay. Ooh. Different energies for both of them. Natalie is thinking of some kind of like long-term practical project. Now, it doesn't have to be this. This can be like a long-term energy of like how she's viewed in your eyes. This also feels like someone approaching someone else about a long-term project when this deals with Natalie. I think Natalie was the first one, yeah. Shay, the second one, whoever you wrote in second, let me have to go, yeah. So Shay, something about Shay is like, I don't know. She's feeling like there's a lack of something here. Like there's something that's lacking, but she can't quite put her finger on it. She's confused. Shay is confused. So when she sees you the next time, like she's not made up her mind about you, whatever that means to you. And it feels like there's a feeling of a lack thing. So it's either she's feeling like she's in lack or something is in lack for her when she's approaching you, something like that. This could also be that she's having like a health issue when she sees you and she's just like not in the mood to talk. You know, this can be that as well. And she's just kind of like delirious or confused or like not herself. I also think Natalie, on the other hand, is kind of looking for this kind of like nurturing, collaborative, kind of practical but loving relationship. Can you clarify on Shay a bit? Yeah, let's do that. Let me pull one more card. It's hard. It's going to be hard to clarify on her because we have the moon, which just means it clouds the reading in general. Like, even if it's her energies and I'm reading what the moon is for her, it's going to cloud the reading, King Vegeta, so apologize about that. Yeah, she's just not happy. She's not having fun. Like, the jokes are not going to be like rolling off like they normally do. Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, like the communication in that way. Yeah, it just feels like the celebratory attitude the next time you see this person. Like there might be just a little more effort that you have to put in when you see Shay as far as like, how do I put this? Like, it's just not the same vibe. I don't know if like Shay shows up consistently usually or like is a specific vibe or something like that, but it's just, it's like not the same vibe that there normally would be with her. And there's just a feeling of like a lack of confusion. I honestly just think she's sick. Like she just seems sick or down or like not herself, and it's affecting the way, like, I don't know if you asked, I can't remember if you asked like, she's wishy-washy at times. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it just feels like she's in a down mood or something like that. Like she's like depressed at this time and it's causing her a little confusion. So she's not being herself, something like that. It doesn't really feel like wishy-washy. It does feel more like a sense of like bad mood is kind of the way that I'm seeing this. Or like sick, I'm sick, so my mood's negative or something like that. Natalie, it feels more like a practical kind of thing. Like she's like, oh yeah, let's work on this or something like that. But there's a feeling of long term. So like there's also a feeling of like something Natalie says could be like coming to fruition. What did you say? Okay, I'm gonna cheat with this information and give her a lot of space next time I see her. Yeah. It might be a good thing because like there's a feel like, I don't know, like sometimes people need like comfort and like soup or whatever when they're sick or like attention, but other people just want to be left alone, you know? They're like, oh my gosh, get away from me. I'm like not in the right mood, you know? Obviously, you know what's best in this situation. But yeah, with Seven of Pentacles, Natalie's more focused. That's a more positive kind of connection. I think you could work more with that coming up soon. There's something about long-term care that's coming through with Natalie. Working on something that you both are proud of, something like that. Okay, let's see. Dania says the first, oh, what is going on? Dania, you have a card coming out for you. The first thing my future husband will notice about me. Okay, it's electric. It's the electricity. Dania, the first thing your future husband notices about you is that you have like it all. Like you have it all. That's the first thing that I'm seeing with the Magician. Let me pull another card for you, Dania. Okay, the cards really want me to answer this question for you. Okay. Okay. Dania, the first thing, okay, your future husband, when they first meet you, they are extremely exhausted. They're extremely worn down. They have been beaten. They could be close to achieving a goal that they're not achieving yet. That's just take that if it resonates. But there's a feeling of them being worn down, like tired, bruised, beaten. They may actually have a physical injury on them when you meet them. But with the Justice card here, you're balancing out this energy. Like you are going like, okay, let me fill you up with all of my goodness. And it's so natural. It's so quick. And it feels so empowering to this person. It feels so empowering to your future husband. I want to pull one more card. Let's see what this is. It's going to be reversed. Temperate. They feel like they made a deal with the devil. Or that they're like, how do I put it? Like there's an outward feeling of like, this just feels too good to be true. Like this energetic refilling of my cup feels too good to be true. Like I've been so tired. it's your okay. So Dania, your husband, your future husband, has been so tired for so long, and not a single person they have met have made them feel relaxed, recharged, or rejuvenated. You do this for them. They leave the connection feeling so good about themselves, feeling so happy. If you offer and exchange numbers, they will definitely call you back. Well, obviously they're your future husband, but with Temperance reverse, they view you as an angel, right? They view you as an angel. They're not telling you, but they view you as like, that's how you come across to them on the first meeting. Like, wow, this person is like divine. Like they came at the right time. Like they view me as an angel. And then on the flip side, the reverse of this Temperance card is giving an outer reality of like this feeling, this connection that I have with this person feels like magic. And that way it feels like I'm working with the devil. It's kind of a weird thing like that. They might be religious. I don't know if they will be like throughout your connection and stuff, but they might have kind of like feelings or experiences like that when they meet you, or when at the time they're meeting you, they might have certain ideological preferences in that direction. Take that if it resonates too. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of the chat, guys, because it's just flying by. Getting a job this year, must know. Davika says, okay, Davika, am I getting a job this year? Must know. Okay. Let's see. Let's first see if Davika is getting a job this year. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, what is going on? I'm going to pull, oh, where are my, here they are. Let's see what this is, what this says. I'm going to pull a career oracle card too, because you're getting, Davika, you're getting a lot of court cards, a lot of people, which often means like in this situation, I would say this means like you have to figure out who you are and what your skills are before you apply for a job. The universe is asking you to kind of do this, the soul work, and you know, you might get a job in a year, totally, but the universe is like, no, you need the right job. It's not just any job that you need the right job, and you have to know who you are to get it. Yeah, it says career, having a job you love. Like if you're applying for things just to make money, that's not gonna work. The universe isn't gonna give you that. You need to, there's a feeling of like needing to find out what you're talented at, what you're good at, what you like, what you enjoy doing, and then the universe is going to provide you with a job. Not advice I give everyone. Some people need to learn the lesson of just like working, and no matter what the job is, they need to, it's like some people just need to know that like they can enjoy work and provide for themselves and stuff. And it's not about like joy in the job, but for you, it's about joy in the job. And it's about finding something that you want to do and that you enjoy doing, Davika. Now I am seeing these 3 different personalities, and this is where the reading's leading. I apologize if I'm not answering the question, but the cards are urging you to focus on this right now instead of like, when will I get a job? It's like, what do I enjoy doing? Let me pull actually job cards. I feel this reading is important, Davika, so I'm going to go a little further into it. Let's see here. There's something about there's the King of Cups energy. So there is this role it's interesting. It's like an identity shift reading. Like, what's my identity? And also like, how is that going to produce the right career? There is a feeling of feeling like you are a creative person, but not necessarily at that mastery level of that artistic skill. But you're like, you do art, you're fun, you're good at art, stuff like that. But there's a feeling of needing to grow in that department. And I'm seeing one way you can elevate this with independence here is to also working independently, Davika. Davika says, thank you. I did leave a very lucrative job because it wasn't something I loved. Oh, good. Okay, good. You're on the right path. It's just a matter of finding like, what is the thing that you want to do? I'm seeing like planner here, the artist, and independent. So I do feel like something with planning is like something that you might find really fun or enjoyable. And I do see this kind of centers you. So there's something about, oh my gosh, my hair's so wild with that. I do see this as like, sorry guys, my hair is like a wreck. I just noticed that. Maybe that's important for your job, like having a good image or something like that. Maybe you need to have a good image. But the one thing that I'm seeing is something that balances and centers you is like a planning career, like working with planning. The artistic thing, I see that it's also fun, but you have to ask yourself, like, is art fun because you think it's fun? Like, this is my air's turning off, so this is confirmation. Or is it actually fun for you? Because sometimes we think like, oh, a career in art is like the way to go because like I'm being an artist and artists have fun and like artists have that kind of career. And with the independence there, it's like, I can do all this and stuff. But I'm seeing planner too would really be more emotionally fulfilling as far as like a job that you loved is like someone who organizes and plans things. But at the same time, I'm also seeing that like art would make a lot of money. Doing something with design, art, something like that could make a lot of money. But at the same time, it might be like there might be some growth that needs to be there for like a sense of independence in that job. I want to pull one more career card for you because this is feeling very vague. Like the way I'm reading it feels vague. I don't know if you're experiencing the reading as vague, Davika, but hold on, one more card for you. I just want to wrap it up with one more card. I can't get super into it, but and I'm trying to get super into it, but I'm getting like the messages aren't coming through, and I apologize. I hate when it's just not like super clear cut. But the reason I think it's not clear cut, we have gift. It says giving and receiving, sudden windfall, generosity, financial support, work surprise, vacation. I think also there's this feeling that money's going to come to you through like before the year ends and you will have financial resources to use. It does feel like someone's gifting you something. It does feel like some kind of windfall of some kind or some kind of generosity from someone. And so with that regard and like financial support, work surprise is interesting because that could be a job, but it could be some kind of like settlement fund from your past job, something like that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing for you. I'm sorry I can't get more into it. I apologize. Sometimes the cards just like don't give you the answer. And that's happened to me a few times. Usually it doesn't happen, but sometimes it does. Hopefully that reading was like, gave you something though. Let's see. Mystery Singer says, will you please tell me how my final surgery will go? Thanks. Oh, don't do medical. Sorry, I don't do medical. Yeah. Drina says, hi, Cody. Will P ever stop being so possessive, or is it deep insecurity in his character? I feel suffocated in this relationship at times. Okay, let's see hold on, I'm going to read Drina what Davika says because I just did his reading. I'm very curious about what's going on with him because the reading was a certain way. Davika says, it's been a foggy few months. Thank you for any messages that come from spirit. Yeah, I can feel that kind of fog from you, man. The one thing I want to say is focus on your identity, who you are, what your personality is, your character, because we had 3 court cards come up. So it does feel like it's focused on character. It can be other people in your life and seeing them as representations of who you need to be, something like that. But yeah, as far as the fog, I apologize. It might be a Neptune thing. I don't know. Sometimes that's the case. Mystery Singer says, I understand. Okay, I apologize about the surgery thing. Hopefully it goes well. Do your research on your doctors. So, Dania says, thank you for your accurate reading. Yeah, you're welcome. Will I have a solo art? I think I missed Drina. I need to do Drina. She's right at the top there. Hey, Cody, will P ever stop being so possessive, or is it deep insecurity in his character? I feel suffocated in this relationship at times. Oh, okay, let's see. Will P stop being so obsessive, or is this a character trait that will continue on? What I'm seeing is like, I'm seeing the possessiveness, right? Fool reversed, 8 of Swords, like not being able to move because someone's limiting your freedom. But I'm also seeing that this relationship is fun. It's very celebratory. You guys might be planning a marriage. I'm going to pull one more card. I think I need one more card. Let's see. So this isn't good, Drina, because I feel like you're trapped in your own head. Like it's not just the possessiveness is stopping you from like doing things in your outer reality. It's like it's conflicting in your mental space as well, is what I'm seeing, and that's not healthy psychologically. I'm also seeing a lot of Wands and Swords energy. So this relationship doesn't have too much Cup energy to it. which is like a loving, compassionate kind of energy. It's swords and it's wands, which means it's very much about like sexual attraction and how do I put it? Like it can be swords and wands, like can show up as power dynamics. I am getting the mystery card here though, which is interesting, Drina. There's more to this story than meets the eye, and I think there's some information that's going to be revealed that's going to help you make your decision. Let's pull one more love story oracle card. Yeah, it does feel like this connection might be better as a friendship temporarily. Like, I don't know if like, because the Four of Wands after all this stuff makes me feel of like breakthrough or celebration or like freedom in a sense from this kind of energy. But it does kind of feel like with the friendship card that there might need to be like a step back towards a friends first thing, just to feel out if you guys are more compatible in that like cuppy kind of like emotional sharing energy versus just a physical sexual kind of thing, just to see if you can build that up is kind of what I'm seeing. But ultimately this card came out first and there's just more than meets the eye here. I think something's going to be revealed soon is kind of what I'm seeing, but this is not good. I feel like you're trapped in your own mind, which kind of bothers me a little bit about your connection, but that's an ethical thing on my end. It depends on how you feel. You know, for me, like because ultimately this feels like a positive towards the end. I'm not gonna lie, this feels like a positive towards the end. My personal experience in possessive, which I don't know if I should be sharing my personal experience with that, but I don't like possessive types really. Because I'm just like a squirmy, like, I don't know how to best describe. Someone told me this because I have like Mars and Pisces. It's like I'm squirmy and I'm like, yeah, like, you know, like I like a lot of like physical space in my connections. I don't like a lot of cloying kind of behavior from people. But yeah, it just feels like it's bad because it's in your mind too. It's like in your head. Is kind of what I'm saying. Okay, let me scroll down and see if you said anything. Drina says, thank you, Cody. You warned about red flag and personal reading I got from you. Oh, good. Okay. So it's like resonating. It's like the same. Yeah, my hair. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I'm just like noticing my hair. But Drina says, I warned about a red flag and a personal reading I got from you. Yeah, if just Drina, like, trying to think of what I need to say. I just got a super chat, so I'm getting distracted, so I apologize about that. But Lucidity, let me answer your question. Let's see. Any advice for my guides on what I should be doing now? Okay, Lucidity wants to know, is there any advice from her guides on what she should be doing now? What should Lucidity be doing now? Ooh. Hold on. What are you currently doing, Lucidity? Because there's a feeling of like the universe is like, just hold on a little longer, just hold back. Like, I know you want to swing that sword. I know you want to follow through with your strategy. I know you want to follow through with your program, but like keep dreaming of what you want. Like dreaming of what you want is working for you, and stay in what you're doing. Something about what you're already doing is going to bear fruit really soon. Divine intervention's coming in. There's going to be a big breakthrough, Lucidity. So keep that in mind. Big freaking breakthrough. But you have to keep holding back that idea, or that what is it called? Like dreaming is important right now. Not necessarily manifesting, just dreaming, chilling, relaxing, thinking. Like this can be strategizing, but it's really like the formulation of the idea. It's like the concept of the idea. It's like starting fresh, or knowing that you have these ideas, but not implementing them. It's like, I have an idea to start, but I'm not going to implement it. I'm going to keep working on what I've got going on. I see a big burst, a breakthrough from what you're doing right now, what you've got going on. If you can hold the course, if you can stay the course of what you're already doing, the stuff that you're already got going on in life, you will be rewarded. I see this coming in, divine intervention. I want to pull a money card to see if this is finances too. Because sometimes stuff like this is like finances comes in with this kind of stuff. Maybe this is not finances. I don't think this is finances from what I just pulled. Let me pull a love story oracle. I'm really interested. What does it say? Lucidity says, I'm a college student and a musician. The strategy is probably music related. Oh, okay. I want to pull a place card for this. Yeah, it might be that like maybe you have some ideas on music or something like that, but you're already working on a music project, and then this music project somehow gets you like a really high mark in school or something like that, or there's some kind of big breakthrough with what you're working on as far as music goes. Okay, let's see. I want to pull one thing. Bench, rest and relaxation. Yep, just, seating, comfort, pause and ponder. Yeah, let that idea percolate in your brain. Whatever you're doing currently, just keep working towards it is kind of what I'm seeing, because you're going to get a big breakthrough. This might be longer term, like you said, if this is about the whole college career, this can be much longer term. It's funny we have rest and relaxation here. I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes your studies in school feel too easy for you, something like that, or they feel really relaxing or peaceful or something like that, like you enjoy school a lot, something along those lines. Because I am seeing this feeling of like having a lot of time to daydream, and the universe encouraging that and telling you you're on the right path. And sometimes we think just because something is easy or something is going in an easy direction. I'm gonna pull one more card, because I'm feeling from you, you're like, it's not easy. Maybe you're not thinking that, I don't know, but that's what I'm feeling. Let's see. Yeah, and your health habits are really good right now. Like here's the thing, the universe is saying that this relaxation, this taking this time off, it's going to show like wonders in your health and your recovery as far as like how you're moving forward with your life. And so something you can, like, I mean, you don't need to focus on health. That's the thing. It's just like, it's going to be going well. Like I know what you're going through. It's like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? But then there's just this path already laid out that's like super easy. And it's the universe is just trying to say like, enjoy the ride right now. Like enjoy the ride. You're going to have a big breakthrough come in pretty soon. So just take it easy. Yeah. I know that's hard when you're like, what should I do? You know, but it's like, I would say keep continuing doing what you're already doing. I think that would be the best method currently. Cody Lawson says, hey, Cody, is there any chance you could buy a chance? Let me know if love is coming into my life anytime soon. Yeah, Cody, let's see what's up. So it's weird to say his name because it's like, then it's like me. Okay, so is any love coming into Cody's life anytime soon? Let's see here. Cody, I see a woman, but I'm also seeing Ace of Pentacles reverse, which means like no. But it can also mean with Ace of Pentacles reverse, it means this friendship quality in the partner is lacking. But it does feel like there's this feeling of kind of like a sexy lady coming in, something like that, or a lady that's like more focused on passion. It's like a passionate connection, but there's a lack of cup energy. Let's see, you have Temperance reversed, where you could view this person as more of like angelic, but I don't know if it gets off the ground as far as like love is concerned. It has passion, is what I'm seeing. Something about this person, they could be in and out of your life, or they could have tendencies where on one hand they prefer really introverted activities, but equally they prefer extroverted activities. So they might want to go out and party sometimes, but then at other times they also might want to stay in and watch a movie. They're going to want to go back and forth between both. One area of the world versus the other is not going to satisfy them for long. They're going to flip. They're kind of going back and forth. This is my ambivert card. When I get Queen of Wands, she's an ambivert, because the sunflowers, it's like showing off. The cat, it's like, don't touch me. You know, so that's how I see that. But it doesn't feel like love. Let's see, pull one more card. Six of Cups reversed talks about a fantasy about someone you loved when you were younger. There's someone you loved when you were younger and you're looking for that kind of feeling again, is what I'm seeing. Let me pull one more card off the top of the deck. That's okay. Let's see. This person that you were in love with feels healthy. They feel strong. They felt like I don't know. Also, I feel like you're going to get through it. I think you're going to get through it. Whatever this past connection is. Sorry, I'm dipping into something that's not your question. I apologize. But it's something that might need to be worked through before love comes in the future. But I think you will get through it. You will process it. Whatever this past love is kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Rachel's Magic says, Cody, I'm on the fence. Leave current job for something completely different or pick up side gigs to build my writing portfolio. Ooh, okay. So leave side job or pick up side gigs to build writing portfolio. I'm going to pull 2 cards for this. We have leave current job and pick up side gigs. Okay, so we do have the High Priestess in reverse, and I deeply apologize, but usually this means I'm not going to know about leaving the current job. You're not going to know about leaving the current job. The High Priestess reverse is such a strong indicator of just like not being aware of the answer when it comes to that particular choice. As far as picking up side gigs for your writing portfolio, definitely get on it, you know? I think that like this is kind of encouraging you to kind of stick in your situation, even though it might not be forever. The High Priestess can talk about like secretiveness too. So there might be something. Let me pull one more card to see what this is. I think I just need more cards. Let's see what is coming out here. It feels like there's a nasty boss at the current job or whatever, but there's something that they're not telling you could be the thing here, or you're fearing that there's something they're not telling you, something like that. Overall though, side gigs for writing could be very good. Don't be afraid to get romantic and sappy and heartfelt is what I'm being told, because I think that's gonna really improve, or those are that might be the writing gigs that are coming for you if you pick up the side gigs to build up your writing portfolio. I don't think they're nasty. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like something with the boss is keeping a secret. So yeah. Let's see. But, yeah. King Vegeta says, how long should I wait before I go back to Huntington Beach? Oh man, I'm going to Huntington Beach like soon. So funny. Okay, I got this. Sab, hi Cody, how can I see success in my art career? Okay, let's do Sab's question. How can I see success in my art career, Sab? How can Sab see success in their art career? I have to switch to a new deck. There we go. Let's see, let's pull one card here. Hold on, sometimes the questions like trip me up and I have to like analyze the cards and get back into the flow. And then if I haven't seen something like before, like it's a new thing, that also makes me kind of like pause and stuff. How can I see success? How can I see success in my art career? Okay. Okay, that's obvious. Oh. Okay, Sab, the main thing that I'm seeing for the art career, so first of all, it's all about balance, right? It's about balancing other things with your other areas of life, but it's not about strategizing. That's the difference here. It's about balancing like life activities. Like I need to give this much time to my art, but I'm gonna give this much time to this. But it's not about strategizing the long-term future of the art career. So even the question itself, like how can I see success? The more you focus on strategizing and planning for the art career, I'm seeing this is what trips you up. This is what keeps you trapped. And if you, I don't know if I want to say if you become self-aware, not that you're not already, but there's a feeling of like in moments of self-awareness being like, you know what, like me strategizing is actually kind of me getting in my own way. Like I'm planning so much that I don't get anything done. And then it feels like you're holding yourself back, which is not like necessarily a big deal, but it is slowing down the progress. Now, I'm also seeing, that's so funny, I'm also seeing 9 of Swords here, where there's this feeling of like releasing like anxiety and not being able to, yeah, sorry, there's like a lot of stuff going on in the chat, I'm like noticing, but there's a releasing anxiety and not being afraid to like leave it behind, but having it in the back of your mind as you progress in your art career, and just kind of realizing that it's just kind of an old little demon that's coming back in, and you can just push it away. Like it's light, and it's at the point where you can push it away, and that's something that's going to come in the future. It's, you know, you might be dealing with more anxiety now through this strategizing or planning and thinking, like getting in your head about it and then like thinking of all these things. But with the Nine of Swords reverse, it's kind of like a faint memory of it, and it's just kind of like you have to just remind yourself, like, push it to the side and be like, nope, no strategizing. We're just going to go with the flow. And that's kind of how I see the most success coming to you. First of all, initial success, you know, instead of strategizing and going, like kind of going with the flow. And I see it almost as like also keeping balance, right? Like keeping balance with, okay, sorry. Okay. Ethereal Moonlight, I might need a mod soon. Yeah, if someone's telling you to shut up, that's not okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see what's going on. What is going on? Sorry, guys. There's like drama in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to do a moderator soon. I didn't want to have to do that, but I guess I will. Okay. Does anyone know how to do it so I can just do it? I want to keep doing the reading. Can I like ban this person or no? Sab says, well, I literally spent all day today getting in my head. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I can see that. Thank you, Cody. You're an amazing reader. Yeah. Let's see. Click on my name. Okay. And then I do, oh, that's so easy. Let's do standard. Oh, cool. Cool. Ethereal Moonlight, you're my first moderator. This randomly happened. Well, you're a moderator now. Do you know how to do it? Fake, fake, fake. You're a fake. Yeah. I wish I was a fake. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna put that out there. Let's see. Thank you, Cody. Yay. Cool, yeah. Some people just like to hate. I mean, if you read the comments, I don't think I'm fake. People are resonating with the reading, so. Ethereal Moonlight. Oh, wow. Yay. Sarah says, you're so cute, such good energy. Thank you. I hide them. Thank you. Okay, cool. Drina says, I predict the algorithm will... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, hopefully. I kind of like them small, though, too, honestly. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, the sad thing is I'll probably only be able to take, like, super chats and stuff, but we'll see. Right now, I can read pretty much anyone. How did you learn tarot? Oh, that's good. Thanks. You're distracting me from the chaos that was in the chat. How did I learn tarot? COVID happened, and I self-studied, and then I realized it's more about, like, intuitively how you're seeing the cards, how you're picking up visual images, which sometimes I go into and out of, basically. Hey, Cody, it's Kush. I was recently in a no-label situation with a guy, and I really liked him, but we had to end it. Should I move on, or will we ever work out? Thank you. Should Kush move on from the no-label situation with the guy? Let's see. This will probably have to be my last message, guys. I'm a little frazzled by the hate, but let's see. I'm with my divine life partner, Drina. Okay, let's see. Kush. Okay. Kush, it does feel like more like a final ending, because I see the Ten of Cups in reverse, and I see that maybe there's this feeling of wanting a family. There's this feeling of wanting to, like, I don't know, like, it's interesting. There's like this back and forth for you, Kush, where it feels like I want a family, but I want my freedom. I want my family, but I want my freedom. It does feel like someone's taken a lot of hits, right? Like this guy's like hit by a lot of arrows. It feels like this in this situation, this no label situationship, someone took a lot of hits, whether that was like, whatever that means, and for you or like for them, it's just like someone took a lot of hits. With the High Priestess here, we also have this in reverse, which does talk about that whole thing about like, you know, like not knowing what's going on or being unclear about the reading. What I would recommend is time stamping this reading, Kush. Like it's 49, 43 and watching it over. I had to tell someone else this recently who got the High Priestess in reverse. And I don't know if it's just like certain energies going on or whatnot. But yeah, I am seeing in general, there's this feeling of wanting freedom, but also wanting a family and going back and forth. But the actual situation, we have Ten of Swords, which represents usually an ending. And in this case, someone taking a lot of hits and being finally done with this situation, something like that. Yeah, and I'm feeling called to move on actually, but thank you for your question. Yeah. So let's see here. Intuitive insights. I'm with my divine light partner. Intuitive insights. I'm with my divine life partner. Okay, let's see. I think that's a question. So am I with my divine life partner for intuitive insights? Let's put one more. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, hold on. I love this reading. I love the way this turned out. Hold on. Because it's like a different way of reading. It's like it's not just like the answer, it's like a different thing. I love this. Hold on. Intuitive, what was her name? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Intuitive insights. Okay. Kush says, thank you for that. Yeah. Hold on, MJ. I will get to your question in 1 second. I have to get this intuitive insights question. But it's funny you wrote MJ, because I think you're the same MJ I've talked to online before. Okay, so intuitive insights. Okay, intuitive insights. So first we have the Five of Cups, which is not representing anything about disappointment. It's representing thinking things through and thinking about this. So are you with your divine life partner? The first question I want to ask you, does it feel easy? Does it feel like you can drop all responsibilities or they take up the responsibilities? Does it feel easy? That's your first indication if you're with your divine life partner. Seven of Pentacles reverse is the other indication. Do you see yourself long-term with this person? Do you see yourself long-term with this person? And do you see yourself walking life together? Do you see them help picking up the load? And it feels like workload because it's like pentacles and wands, but it does also feel just in general like a love situation, because I'm getting these cards very much intuitively as the questions you need to ask yourself. With Five of Pentacles in reverse, do you feel healthy around them? Do you feel like you are able to be let in to a situation with them? Do you feel like you are able to be, how do I put this? Given the opportunity with them to find warmth and comfort in the home? Do you ever feel shut out of the cold? The cards are asking you to ponder these things with this person. Intuitive Insight says, I have been with this person for 10 years and have a kid with her. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. It's funny that you're asking about the divine. It's almost like maybe you know already that this is your divine life partner. I didn't get the High Priestess upright. That's usually an indication that the client knows what they're asking. It's like, why are you even asking it? You know, it's like, you know. But it just feels like this is something maybe that like these answers will come if like this is how you know with these three questions. It's like, do they help with the workload? Do you see it long term? Obviously, it's been very long term so far, 10 years. And Five of Pentacles is the vibe of like, do you ever feel shut out? Do they always let you in? Are they warm and welcoming? Those are the three big things is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that it's like, you know, important to remind yourself of these every so often. Okay, let's see here. MJ, thank you for the sticker. I appreciate it. Andrea Roberts says, will I find another group? Oh, good question. Good question. Will I find another group? Andrea asks, will I find another group? And Intuitive Insights says, thank you. You're welcome, Intuitive Insights. Andrea Roberts, will she find another group? Okay, I don't know if anyone's seen the movie. It's like called Snowman or something. It's about this kid and he like makes a snowman and like he has this friend that's a snowman and then they fly. This is such a random message. They fly to like a retreat where like a place where there's like all these other snowmen. It's like a children's show. I watched it when I was really young. And they're like dancing with the other snowman and stuff like that. But it's like this vibe that like, and they fly back, and then it's like the ending's kind of sad. That's not part of the message. The snowman melts or like dies or whatever, and it's like sad. But maybe he builds a new one. I can't remember the ending. But I'm going to read the cards in a second, Andrea. But the first thing I want to point out is like with this message and this story, and sometimes you get intuitive messages randomly, like songs and stuff, and it represents something else. So I'm going to let you know this message, but then I'm also going to do what I do best and read the cards, maybe associate with the message a little bit. But Andrea, I want to point out that what you're going to have to do is make a new friend, because this new friend is going to introduce you to a new group. That's kind of what I'm seeing with this specific message. I do see it's fun. And when it comes to making this new friend, I'm seeing you're going to have to nurture and grow this friendship is what I'm seeing. There's a lot of like, you might have to put some effort into this particular friendship, but maybe you've had issues in the past with groups of people, but maybe not with individuals, maybe not having like certain individual friends, something like that. Like I'm seeing this journey, and I'm seeing this anticipation for a journey. I'm seeing you thinking it might be difficult, but it's not going to be difficult. And I'm seeing the Two of Wands is kind of this like memory, like I think it's like this new friend group, like when they come into your life, it's like this big party, it's like this big celebration, and then there's like this memory of like enjoyment from it. There's like this feeling of like, wow, that was so amazing, that was so peaceful, that was so like right for me. Yeah, it feels sweet. And I feel like you might have to make a few different friends before you find a friend that's going to introduce you to a group. But at the same time, I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Yeah, that's what I got for you, Andrea. And I wonder if this group is not even like a friend group. Like maybe it's a work group. I didn't even think about that. Cody, is it in my destiny soul contract to be with the person on my mind in this life? Okay. Is it in Kay's destiny? Andrea Roberts says, thank you so much. You're so welcome, Andrea. Thank you for coming on and, asking a question. I really do appreciate it. Cody, is it in my destiny soul contract to be with the person on my mind in this life? So, okay, wants to know this. I'm having a hard time answering, like re-answering the question. Oh, okay. So, Kay, I don't know if there's a feeling of like, am I confident enough to be with this person? Am I the right type of person for this person? It almost feels like the person on your mind. First of all, I see that they're an amazing person, and this is a Swords energy and Wands energy I see as compatible, and I'm seeing them as the King of Swords. I'm seeing you as the Queen of Wands, but there's this feeling of doubting that you have Queen of Wands energy. Is kind of the vibe that I'm seeing. The Fool reversed means that like it's gonna take some finagling. It's not naturally what the universe's plan is what I'm seeing. But it's gonna take some finagling, but it does feel like a yes. But let me look here. Yeah, what is this? This might be a no. This actually might be a no. But it's a no because I feel like there's this feeling of I feel like, oh my gosh, Ethereal's just promoting for me. All donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you, Ethereal. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Please hit that like button and share. That's so fun. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back to the questions. Cody, is it in my destiny soul contract to be with the person on my mind in this life? Okay. It doesn't feel like it is. But the thing is, this pairing is a good pairing. Like it's not like you're off on like it's not like your picker is off. It's like you pick the right person, but there might be someone else that's like a better version of this person or something like that. And I know that's hard to see when you're in it. But the Fool card is like reversed, which is giving me this vibe of like not the natural flow. Like it would be something that's stilted or controlled or something like that. And there's a feeling of like currently you're like maybe you being in a state where it's like I'm still trying to figure myself out, or I have this idea of who I am and it still needs to manifest. I'm getting head tingles with this. Manifest into the person that I need to become. And you're on the right track. Like you have the idea of who you are, but it's like it needs to come to the surface. It needs to grow into who you are. And I do see you like it might even be that this person is meant for you, but how do I put it? Like the way I see this, I don't know if you believe in this, but the way I see this too is like someone's soul can come into our life to represent a type of energy that we should be clicking with, right? My air is turning on for this as confirmation, so that's good. But then we're not ready for that person. We're working on ourselves at the same time. We have this person, this idea of this person. They're represented as a kind of counterpart for as we work on ourselves. But then once we finally actualize ourselves and say that person's past, wherever what we need to see on our journey that's passing us by as we're growing, you know, there's this feeling of like the next person who passes and we're ready for them, then it clicks, right? It's a soul that like there's souls that were meant to feel like that are meant for us, but that are not. And the reason is for our growth or to reflect parts of us for our growth. But then there's souls that come in that like stick and click, and we're meant to just enjoy their company. And it's not about growth. It's just about enjoyment and relaxation and having a good time. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm seeing for you. It's like you're meant to be evolving your personality at this time. Yeah, that's what I got for you. Let's see. Dania says, what is my future husband's baggage from his previous relationship? What advice to protect myself? Thank you. Kay says, thank you, Cody. You are wonderful. I believe you. Thank you. Yeah, also always follow your own judgment. Like if this, yeah, always follow your own judgment. Like if the reading doesn't fit, just, you know, just discard it. There's certain people, like I read on here and like I'll say a message and I'm like, that's not right. And it's like, yeah, follow your own judgment. No big deal. These are for entertainment purposes. If I don't like resonate with every single person, it's not a big deal. Like I know you can't, as a tarot reader, you're not everyone's cup of tea for sure. Let's see. Deep Tank Shoe says, hi, Cody. My previous messages disappeared in my stream. I'm unable to send a super chat due to technical issues with my car, but I can do PayPal. I am on PayPal, but I don't see it until like way after the reading's over. But if you just keep messaging or send your question, like if I see it, I can get it. So I apologize about that. Who asked the question recently? Dania was, okay. What is my future husband's baggage from his previous relationship? What advice to protect myself? Okay. What is the future husband's baggage from previous relationship? First, advice to protect yourself and baggage from previous relationship. Okay. Let's pull a love story oracle card too. Okay, pull one more. Okay. So Dania, there's a few different things here. I'm seeing more of what needs to happen is kind of like a perspective shift. That whole thing about saying protect yourself, like I get it, that makes sense. Especially if you're nervous about your, would you say future husband's baggage. But one thing that I'm seeing with the Hangman in reverse, there's this feeling of like, thinking, like shifting your perspective. And I do think that with it being in reverse, there's this idea that I kind of want to just like let you think about, because it really is going to be your decision, but to think about shifting your perspective in the sense of feeling like you have to protect yourself. You know, Danny is laughing. She's like, I'm crazy. Just shifting the perspective that you have to, I mean, we got effort and self-worth. So some of this stuff comes from like feeling like you have to put in effort in a relationship, and that coming also stemming from some self-worth stuff. And it's like looking at that like that perspective of why do I feel like I have to put effort in, because I'm seeing your husband coming through as someone who is actually, with Page of Swords here, very communicative, very expressive, very much a dreamer, but sharing things right away. And also with the Sun card, a very happy person, like very just positive, happy, joyful. This is kind of their energy, is kind of what I'm seeing. It's very much like this feeling of like awakening. I'm also hearing like sound healing. Like, I don't know if you've ever done sound healing, but your husband, something about his voice is coming through. Like his voice is really nice. I'm getting a lot of stuff about what like are positives that you should be expecting, because I'm hearing it's good to look at the positive in this situation, because it might be something that like there's too much focus on like, oh, how do I have to work with this? Or how do I have to push ahead with this? Stuff like that. Let me keep looking. I want to pull some more cards. Let's pull one more card to see what's going on here. Yes, that's what I got. I think clarity is coming for you, especially if you manifest clarity in this situation. I mean, this is actually going beyond the tarot reading, and I apologize, but there's a feeling of needing to manifest clarity, Dania. And coming from a place of like this could be affirmations or whatnot, but just saying like, I choose to manifest clarity in my relationship situations. Because I do see kind of like a transformation. I see you leaving behind a kind of chapter. I think I'm going to wrap this one up, Dania. Hopefully that resonated. Remember, follow your own judgment. If it did not, you know, you will know. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Will I settle down in Canada or Ireland? Farah. Hi, Farah. Okay, let's see. Kind of helpful to have a moderator. What the heck? I didn't even think about that. And then Ethereal Moonlight, I would say like if you're gonna, I mean, it doesn't matter if you do PayPal or Super Chat. I'm not like picky with how I receive money. But Super Chat is a good way to get your question seen. Like if you want an immediate, like me to see your question and answer it, Super Chat's a good way for me to like see it, you know? Cause then, yeah, Dania, you're welcome. Dania says, thank you very much. Super Chat is a great way for me to like see your question. And sometimes the thing chat rolls up, it goes so fast that like, I don't even like, you know, that doesn't happen super often, but like it happens often enough where, you know, not everyone's questions get read. Well, definitely not everyone's questions get read, but yeah, if you want to like, if you just want to donate and you're not asking a question, sure, do PayPal, not a big deal. Yeah, thanks. Ethereal's like on my vibe already. Like she doesn't even have to, what the heck? That's so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a message for the collective right now. Let's pull a message for the collective. Someone in the collective is either, the message is gonna go through like multiple shifts, but someone in the collective is thinking about, thank you, Mike Moore. Mike Moore sent a super chat thing, I think. Someone in the collective is thinking about having a baby. They're like planning and wanting to have a baby. But the cards are urging them to work a little bit more because there's something about a sense of independence and making a certain amount of money and being financially stable. And I mean, this is just kind of like good advice in general, but like being financially stable before you have the baby. It's not, there's a feeling of like thinking about this baby, but there's something in your job coming through. And then Queen of Swords talks about like a rhythm to life and feeling like the way you're going to know is if you're making the right decision is if you're flowing with the natural rhythm of life. So for example, maybe you really want a baby, but then something is happening at your job where you're getting like pay raises and they're asking you to take on more work and it like kind of feels good to work. But at the same time, you're like, but what about this baby? Or what about this creative project? This could be a creative project too for a lot of you who are not thinking about having a baby. It could be something like working on a painting or working on some kind of thing, but something about work is coming through that's trying to like provide more stuff. But with Queen of Swords here, there's this feeling of like following the rhythm of life, right? Like falling into the rhythm of life. Yeah, did Make More want to post a question? Anyway, yeah, there's a feeling of following the rhythm of life to my people who are like watching this. Oh, there's Mick Moore's question. I think that's about it for the general reading. Just when you're following the rhythm, it's almost like feeling like what naturally flows. Like it's like if you're dancing to music and you have this kind of like, how do I put it? It's like you know when to dance. When the music hits, you dance. When the music's silent, you stop dancing. It's kind of like that. It's kind of how I'm seeing it for a lot of people working on these creative projects and their money-making stuff. Mike Moore says, I wanted to know if my twin is going to stabilize. She was in an accident car, her financial setback recently. Okay, Mike, so I do not answer medical or legal. Probably should have mentioned that at the very beginning. But I do not answer medical or legal questions. So I do apologize. Oh yeah, check out Ethereal Moonlight's channel. Why not? Okay, let's see. So I do apologize, Mike. CF I am. Will I get... You know what though, Mike? I've been noticing there are readers who will do medical stuff. I watch those readings like all the time because I had a lot of health issues this year, so I would watch some medical stuff, and there are readers that do that. But currently at this time, I do not do medical. Okay, so CFLM, will I get selected for my job application? Okay, this might be the last question for today. Get selected for the job application. I'm seeing a lot of preparing CFLM and a lot of feeling like there's not a lot of hope for this, or feeling like there's not a lot of hope. And then we have Two of Swords here, which is interesting. This is blindfolded woman, and she's like shooting a bow and arrow. And it feels like you're kind of like, it's like a shot in the dark is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But the Fool card upright does feel like there's a feeling that you might get this. You know, it feels like there might be a feeling that it does come in some way, shape, or form. Now, in this Fool card, there's a fox versus a dog. So just be careful of like any form of like, it's not trickery. It's just like the dog usually warns the Fool. So just be aware of like maybe more wild or impulsive instincts warning you versus like more stable, calm, or rational people warning you. Like maybe someone's talking to you. That's my air just turned off with that. Maybe, so that's kind of confirmation, but maybe someone in your life is more like irrational and they're telling you things about this job or getting this job. But for you, maybe, you know, maybe if you heard it from someone else, like a more stable type of person, there'd be a feeling of like being like, oh, okay, I can really trust this. But maybe you also trust this person, but at the same time, maybe they're not always correct or right in what their assessment is, something like that. And so they're telling you like, oh, this is the way it is, but maybe that's not necessarily the way it is. And it's important with this Fool card to just keep moving forward into the future. I'm also saying whether you get the job or not, keep going with the flow and success will find you. I'm feeling you're a go with the flow type of person in general, as far as like what's ultimately going to bring you success in your life is like learning to maneuver and be adaptable. All right, guys, I'm gonna, yeah, Ethereal Moonlight says, thank you, Cody, for having me as your moderator. Yeah, no worries. And yeah, Ethereal Moonlight has her channel there. CFLM says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Glad you liked the reading. All right, guys, I'm going to get off. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for your donations. Really is appreciated. Yeah, I didn't know it was so easy to set a moderator. Nice. Anyway, so I'll catch you guys later. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for being here on my live, and I'll see you. Bye.